Toyota's iconic FJ40 Land Cruiser. Reliable, strong, go anywhere, run forever. We just happen to have one here, and a special one of that. My brother had it, and he flipped it, rolled it on this side, destroyed it. I brought it all the way from Australia, and now we're going to restore it, take it back to its former glory, hopefully as good as it rolled out the showroom or even better, right here on Bad Granny.
In Trinidad, located just off the Churchill Roosevelt Highway in El Socorro, there is something big going on. Meet Jason, enthusiastic, passionate, a little crazy. He doesn't simply modify cars and trucks. His creations are the result of a driving passion for the perfect combination of innovation, power, and style. But the real boss is Diesel. His opinion is worse than his bark and his bite. The big decisions get put on his plate for a thorough chew-through. This is the team that will take your ride to new heights. This is Bad Granny.
The Land Cruiser was in fairly good condition when I got into the accident with my brother, and it basically got destroyed. I had to take it apart, and about 6 years it drove around with other roof on it and started to rust, and it was basically heading downwards. And it got to a point where I said, I have to fix it over or it'll become a piece of junk. It worked fine, it ran okay, but it was getting to a point where things were giving trouble. So we had to pull it in, take care of it, strip it all down, and get to work. So this thing was in worse shape than I thought. I mean, grease and dirt covered a lot of it, so you couldn't see it, but when it started to get down into it, it was starting to rust pretty bad. The chassis was covered with flake rust, the body had rust starting underneath it, the seats were torn, everything was starting to fall apart. I mean, the only thing it was doing was running. So it was time to get into it, get it sorted out, and stop this before it died. So because the Land Cruiser is in such a bad state, it's a full body off, frame up restoration we're going to have to complete. So this is a 1984 Land Cruiser FJ40. Last year they built this model, and it's a LX, which means limited extras. So it comes with factory power steering, factory air condition, factory 5-speed, wrong interior, as well as cloth seats, front facing rear seats, interior paneling, has 3 wiper blades, FJ60 diff centers. It's a nice truck. It's the last in line and has all the extra features on it. In Australia they call this a sporty, shorty, 40, mate. So, gonna get the old Land Cruiser working again, because drive a legend, drive a Land Cruiser. Now that the Land Cruiser is completely stripped, it's time to take the body apart and send it off to fly. Okay, let's go, boys. Yeah, so we have to Powertrain to see fly, because the experts in Powertrain from rebuilding all the Land Cruisers are great. I mean, they're really good at building stuff and making stuff and making over whole Land Cruisers. They're really good at that bodywork stuff. I mean, we can straighten this. Jason and I could do most of the work on this stuff, but like I said, there's always going to have somebody that can do something as good as you and in less time, because this is all they do. So Fly, this is all Fly does. Bodyworks on these and metalwork and stuff on these Land Cruisers. So we have to see Fly. I like him, he's an interesting character. So we're up to the beautiful mountainous region of Paramin, known for parang, blue devils, the cocoa payol, lots of vegetables, great people, and the love of a Toyota Land Cruiser. So I'm up to see the man they call Fly. In Paramin, there are amazing people that do amazing work. Fly is one of them. What he can do with a piece of steel and a hammer is ridiculous. Old school craftsmanship at its best.
Oi!
Hey,
Come. What? What are you going to do here, boy?
I reach. I take a little hour later. And, what's this rubbish you're working on here, boy?
Well, I had to fix it. To get it good. To bring it back for you.
Alright.
I just started on it there. So
Everything cool? I know reach the body there.
Everything cool so far.
Come on, Bill, come and check it out. I don't know how you lifting all this thing.
Alright, well, you go work out something. You had to work out something.
Yeah?
Alright. My name is James Charles, better known as Fly, Beaupres Road, Maraval. This man just bring in this blue piece of thing. He want me to refurbish it back to as nice, as good as possible. It have the other cut out whatsoever, all rotten spots, and fix it back up and make it look like original. Maraval, Paramin, same place. It's only the most thing that they have, vehicle that they have up here is Jeeps. And I fix each and every one of them. I love working on Jeeps. I love to work on Jeeps. It's a very, very nice, beautiful work to work on a Jeep. When I finish working on it, I get that enjoyment by just seeing it passing up and down the road, carrying passengers up and down the road. I love working on Land Cruisers.
Bye, Fly. So now we got Fly handling the metalwork. I can concentrate on the chassis. Got to strip it down and organize it to send off the powder coat.
With Beacon's You Choose Motor Policy, you select the benefits that suit your style and pocket. Contact us at 623-2266 or log on to beacon.co.tt for a quote today. Beacon, switched on.
So yeah, so it's all stripped now. The body's off to paint. It's going up to Fly to straighten and paint. And then I'm going to get started on the chassis and the rest of the stuff. Pull the engine, send the chassis to clean and paint, clean everything up like what I always do, what I did in Triumph. Full restoration. So in scrapping on the chassis, we found some initial problems with it. We had some welding to do on it, some bracketry to replace before we could send off the powder coat. So the disassembly of Land Cruiser is complete. We're sitting among all the parts here, the diffs over there, the suspension, the engine, fuel tanks, all the accessories that run with it, the dashboard parts, the seats, steering wheel. We've taken the chassis to the next side of the shop and we completed the welding on it and we're preparing it to go to powder coat to Panland. Mr. Hubbard, like always, is going to take good care of it. It's going to come back looking fresh. And I have to clean all these parts now and get them ready to go back on that beautiful chassis. So, I have a lot of work to do. Big Mama. Perfect example of how not to install a clutch disc. You must push the big side in this direction, because if you push the big side in that direction, it touches the bolt holes. You see what I tell you? Even in Australia, they don't know what they're doing sometimes. It's off to see one of my favorite people, Mr. Cooper at Panland, so you can do some powder coating for me. I gave him some ugly stuff, boy, and he gives it back to me sexy. Powder coating is a type of coating that is applied as a free-flowing dry powder. The coating is typically applied electrostatically and is then cured under heat to allow it to flow and form a skin. It is usually used to create a hard finish that is tougher than conventional paint. So I got back the chassis from Mr. Howard in Panland, and it is nice, real nice. It's done really well, really thick and good. Good for a 4x4 chassis. I mean, it looks nothing like when it left, you know, it looks brand new except for maybe some slight pitting up where the rust was. I built all the diffs, I cleaned them up, put them together, put springs on, new clamps, new rubber bushings, and packed that all up with grease and put it into the chassis, and then rolled the chassis back into the spot. Hey, London.
So Reese,
How you going, Jaime?
everything cool.
Everybody, this is my boy from Edwards Air Conditioner and Fabrication. He's make all the bracketry and stuff for us. He's the man.
Best stuff.
The best stuff. Is everything good?
Everything cool.
How you find your chassis looking?
Great, I like the powder coat.
Real good, eh, Mr. Howard? Come through like
Yeah, I wanna see the finished product.
Yeah. They're taking some work though, real cleaning to do. Anyway, thanks, I know you gotta get back to work.
All the best.
Later, my boy. So now we got back the gorgeous chassis from Panland. It's time to put all those pieces I've been cleaning back on it so we can finish this masterpiece. Engine install time. So putting all this stuff back on the chassis has been a bit of a task. Now it's time to install the engine. Now the engine, the gearbox and the transfer case all come as one and they're extremely heavy. So we basically left off the gearbox and transfer case and installed the engine. We had to do it from the side because getting to the front is pretty hard because of the standoff box for the winch. So chassis done. Now, time to get back to these body parts and start painting.
With Beacon's You Choose Motor Policy, you select the benefits that suit your style and pocket. Contact us at 623-2266 or log on to beacon.co.tt for a quote today. Beacon, switched on.
Today's tip is about clutches. XCD Racing clutches in the pink box. Everybody knows them. They work really well. It's something you can trust to race with for performance on the street, that kind of thing. This Lifestyle Motors Suzuki Swift, raced by Ryan and Simon, carry an XCD Racing clutch triple pump with the corresponding pressure plate. This car has been doing really well for the past 3 years. In his second year, he won two-wheel drive, and in the third year, he won SM4. So it's a champion winner car with XCD clutch. Now, a lot of people don't know that XCD also makes factory clutches. And they come as standard equipment on your Japanese vehicle. And now you can get them in Trinidad. So you can replace your Japanese car with an XCD clutch just like it came from Japan. So you get that feel, you get that long wearing clutch that you can use for 50, 60, 70, 80,000 kilometers depending on how you drive, right here in Trinidad. They come in a silver box, racing red box, standard factory, silver box. Great clutches, great brand, available in Trinidad and bad granny approved. So the restoration of the FJ40 is going good. Now it's onto the body panels, stuff that looks good. We found a lot of the panels, like the doors and the fenders and the upper panels and the bonnet, were in very good condition. So I decided to send them off to powder coat. But the tub was basically bad and it had to do filler work on it, so that had to be painted. So I know Marcus can handle it, and we're going to match the paint that Panland had to the paint of the tub, which was very close to the original color. So this Sporty Shorty 40 is really my baby, and only one person I'll trust to paint the tub to match the powder coated panels from Panland, and that'll be Marcus and the boys. After Fly finished his straightening, sent it down to Marcus, and they basically took it, they straightened it, they cleaned it up, they fixed the frame and other pieces that Fly didn't do, and they laid the sweetest blue matching paint job to it. I mean, you look at this truck and you can't tell the top is powder coat and the bottom is paint. That's how good Marcus and them are. So painting is something a lot of people do, but only few do well. It takes a lot of time and patience. Prep is basically the key. The more you prep, the cleaner you get the vehicle and the better the base is. When you start to lay color on it, it will be smooth and flat and seamless. And once you have a good gun hand, somebody who's been doing it for a while, he can lay a nice, flat, smooth finish on for you. To add depth, of course, you go with more coats of paint, followed by more coats of clear. Allow it to dry in between and go again. But in vehicles like this, it's worth it. Marcus did a real good job laying down the paint. I mean, for 30-something years old, she's looking brand new. Am I, Marcus? Brand new. Reassembly of any vehicle is extremely hard. The way I do it is I set every single thing out carefully out on the floor, so I can see it, everything. And then I know where all the bolts are, where all the nuts are, where all the parts are, and I can have a plan of how it's going to go back together. Very nice things about the Land Cruiser is that the dash panel is painted body color just like the rest of the vehicle. And the dash pads are all metal and they're also painted silver and black. And putting them together is amazing. It's like painting a picture. It goes from a nice clean blue canvas to all these different variations and colors in it. And it's pretty cool to look at as it comes together. When it comes to assembling the body panels, you have to be very careful. They're large pieces and they're heavy. And now the height of the vehicle makes it a little difficult to put them in. The side panel has a pole that you have to insert into the side of the piece, as well as a rubber gasket. So you just have to take your time, put it on and not scratch it. Same thing with the front fender. Very careful. Put it on, put the bolts up, get it in place without getting scratched. So everything is perfect when we're done. Remember when assembling, grease is your friend. Land Cruiser air conditioner. Boom. Cool toes. Yeah, so the original bolts on the Land Cruiser are pretty old and grimy. So I ordered in some new stainless steel ones. So I'm kind of excited to see what they look like. But I think they're going to look pretty cool. You know, the nice blue with the stainless steel bolts are going to look good. So basically the only thing with stainless and iron or metal is that you have to put a grease, you know, because you have a problem with the dissimilar metals kind of corrosion. And with the proper application of corrosion grease, they won't corrode because they're stainless.
With Beacon's You Choose Motor Policy, you select the benefits that suit your style and pocket. Contact us at 623-2266 or log on to beacon.co.tt for a quote today. Beacon, switched on.
One of the concerns I had with the Land Cruiser was the windscreen. I broke it, taken it out of the frame, and now I had to find a new one to put back in. And I also needed a surrounding rubber. I mean, this is an old truck. But I got Terry at the windscreen company to help me out. He did the Maruti when we rolled it, and I'm sure he's going to help me out with this Land Cruiser.
Complete bad granny.
So the Toyota Land Cruiser FJ40 LX is finally finished. I think Bad Granny did a great job representing the iconic FJ40. It took a lot of work. We had a lot of things we had to rebuild, remanufacture, or find. But in the end, it all came together and we have a beautiful truck. From the FJ40 original blue powder coat on the top section and the painted tub, the 3 wiper blades, the brown interior with the cloth seats and the front facing rear seats, the dashpad, the tachometer, the factory air condition, factory heater. We also have factory power steering, new bumpers front and rear, the Mickey Thompson 15x12 rims, classic of course, silver. We have the 15, 12.5, 35-inch Goodyear tires which work great. The uprated suspension which also gives 3 inches of lift. The 50mm shackles extended front and rear. I actually set the truck so the front is slightly higher because I like the look specifically on my own taste. Everybody that helped did an amazing job. Thanks so much. So this full restoration of this FJ40 was crazy. It was long, it was tedious, it was hard. We brought it back, Bad Granny style. Better than original, how we'd like to drive it. Hope you like it.